Okay, so it says graph the equation, and it says you need the roots and the vertex. Now, when I'm looking at this, it's not in vertex form. And so my suggestion, if you need roots, you factor it. Okay, you need the roots. That means you need to solve. How do you solve? Just like last unit, you factor it. Notice how I took the negative out first because you don't want to factor with the leading negative.
Wait, which one is this?
It's just, we all get different numbers.
But like, is this the 4.2 graphic parabola intercept one?
State the properties. State the properties. Graphing state the properties. Okay, so this is a positive 8 and a positive 2. So if I am solving, because that's what roots are, I get x equals negative 8 and x equals negative 2. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to plot them on here. And then, right, so the first thing I did is I got the roots. That's the first thing I got because I factored it. Now I want the vertex. So the second thing I'm doing is finding the vertex. I prefer to do this visually because I find it to be less mentally taxing. So the vertex is at x equals negative 5, which is actually just adding my x-intercepts and dividing them by 2. Okay. How do you get the y-coordinate? You just plug it in. Now, you can plug it into the original or the factored one. I prefer the factored one because the arithmetic seems easier to me. Okay, so I get negative 3 times, positive 3 times negative 3 times negative. So that's positive 9. Positive 9. So negative 5, positive 9. Okay, I need more points. Third, yes?
Can you go over the pink part one more time?
Sure.
So once you have your two x's, what do you do with them?
Okay, so once I have my two x's, I midpoint or I average them so that I can find the middle.
Oh.
Once you have the middle, your vertex has to be on that line. So how did I find my y-coordinate? I just plugged in the negative 5. Okay, now I have my count values, guys. This graph is opening down because of the negative. So I know that it's supposed to look like this. Over 1, down 1. Over 2, down 4. Over 3, down 9. Oh, magically, it ends up in the same place. It's not magic, that's just how the points work. And connect the dots. Now, when you are drawing your parabolas, make sure you draw until you get the arrows. So I'm clicking these points here. You can't see them, but okay. Oh, I've reached the limit. Too many points. Okay. Oh, clear. Here we go. Woo! There it is. Okay, there's my parabola. Let's see, can I undo? Is it going to put it back? There it is. Now I click the points. Okay. And what does it want? It wants using the graph, determine the roots of the equation. So those are the x-intercepts. Okay. Two numbers, the roots are negative 8 and negative 2. Okay, so how do you graph? Use the graph to determine the roots. Did I factor it wrong? Oh, yeah, okay, hold on, you're right. So let's do this. Let's unclick that one, and let's click this one. Let's try that. Oh, because it said I had to plot the roots. Thank you. So make sure you plot, there they are. Okay, yes.
Mine, can you try this one? X squared plus 10x plus 24.
Can I do this one?
What? It's giving me like a really weird graph. Like all the points are super close together.
Oh, so fix your points. Okay, so I'm going to go back and let's do another one. State properties. Let's try this one. Okay. So how do you graph? You factor it. So I'm going to take the negative out. X squared minus 8x plus 15. And then it factors minus 5 and minus 3. So the x-intercepts are 5 and 3, which is factoring and solving. So we get 5 and 3. Now those points are really close together. So my second step is actually finding the vertex where I split my roots down the middle. Okay, so I prefer visually, especially when it's easy. Okay, so 4. Plug in 4. You can plug in 4 anywhere. Okay, so I get negative 16 plus 32 minus 15. So that is 16 minus 15, so that's 1. Oh, okay. Notice that this is opening down. So now the third thing I'm going to do is just use the rest of my points. And I'm going to open it down. Over 1, down 1. Over 2, down 4. Reflect and connect. Now this time it's asking me for the axis of symmetry. You have to do everything to graph it, and then it's just asking you to pick out one piece of information here. Okay, are there other questions you would like me to answer from the homework that you have been working on? Okay, so I'll go backwards. Okay, is there anything from the 4.2 vertex form you'd like to see? Okay. Is there anything?
Can you do one more example with the factoring and then the plotting?
Sure. Here we go. I'll do this one. Okay. So how do I graph? So the first thing I'm going to do is factor it because I need the roots, which are the zeros. Okay, so y equals, this one just multiplies to positive 8 and positive 2. So the zeros, right, that's what solutions and roots are, which is solving by factoring. So I get negative 8 and negative 2. Okay. The second thing I'm going to do is find the vertex. The vertex is in the middle of the intercepts. Now, when we graph these in our notes, I gave it to you in factored form. So we didn't have to factor to start. But if you don't have factors, factor it. Okay? So negative 5, which I could do visually, but here's my negative 5. Okay, notice it's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 units. Okay, it's in the middle. How do I get the y coordinate? You plug it in. Now here I'm choosing to plug it into the factored version. It doesn't matter where. Okay, so I get positive 3 times negative 3, so that's negative 9. Oh, negative 9 is down here. Notice that the a value is a 1, so it opens up, and the points are not stretched at all. So those are my points. So I'm going to add some points. Bless you. Bless you. Okay, So it says that I only need 5 points, so I have 7 points here. So you just plot what you need to. So make sure that you plot the roots, the vertex, right, because that's what it asks for, and any 2 other points. Okay, so it's asking for the vertex, which is this point here, -5, -9, right? It wanted the vertex. Okay, okay, so let's go back and I'll start up here in the vertex form one. So I'm gonna click here. Well, we've only learned about 2 forms, okay? So let's see what happens. You want the maximum value. All right, so I'm just going to draw a parabola with a maximum. This parabola has a maximum, which is at the vertex. So if you want the maximum, you need to know the vertex. So if I had to pick a form, I would pick a form that gives me the vertex with no extra work. Okay, so if I pick this one, that means that it's left 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, up 9. Left 4, up 9. The maximum is 9. Right? No work, because the vertex was given to you with the format of the equation. So I would type 9. Okay, because automatically it gives me the vertex. So I'll do the other one because, okay. This time it's asking me about increasing. Okay, so if I want increasing, okay, remember I can pick out what increasing looks like without actually knowing where the parabola is. So increasing would be here or here. Well, notice that the vertex is the thing that divides the increasing. So that means I want vertex form. Now this parabola happens to open down. So I'm going to I'm gonna put a little box around this one. And I'm just gonna label my vertex at -1, 16, and it's opening down. The only thing I need to know is the vertex. So this one is x less than or equal to -1. Notice that's the part of this parabola that corresponds to increasing, because the vertex is the piece that splits it apart. Okay, so I would type, now you could do either notation, parentheses, negative infinity, comma, -1, hard bracket. Oop. Let's see if I can bracket, parentheses. There you go. All right. Okay, does that answer your questions? All right. Let's do a little bit of, what's this one? Okay. I'm going to go back. I'm going to do this one. Nope, not that one. Down here. I want this one. Oh, okay, guys. Here we go. I want to know where f of x is positive. Now, this is a review question. Okay? F of x is positive means that I want to know where the y value is positive. That's quadrants 1 and 2. Huh. Right? Where f of x is positive is an old question. But notice what points separate it. The roots. The roots are the thing that separate the positives and negatives. So if I want to find the roots, I pick the factored form. Now I'll draw this one concave down as well because this one's concave down. Okay, concave down. And this quadrants 1 and 2 is where f of x is positive. Okay, notice here we've got -5 and -1. Between them is where f of x is positive. Now I'm not really sure if it wants open or closed brackets, so we're going to try closed. Okay, but notice concave down because of the negative. Positive is above or below the axes. Positive is above. Cross my fingers. Yay! Look at that, positive. That's above the axes. Okay, so I want to know where the function is positive. So if I draw a concave up, right, there's only 2 ways for this thing to look. Concave up or concave down. Axes, axes. Okay, where is f of x positive? Here or here? Okay, that means I need to know where the roots are in order to divide the graph up correctly. Okay, so where are the roots? Well, in this case, the roots are at -7 and 3. So -7 and 3. Now I picked the concave down graph because of the negative. Whew. -7 less than equal x less than equal 3, right? Any notation is fine. It's between the intercepts. Yay!